Guten Tag. Welcome back to the Calibra Turbo project. It's been a little while, I know. So today, I want to get those fuel lines removed and the fuel tank back underneath where it belongs. It's Things on Wheels, baby.
Let's get it up in the air and sort it out.
You heard me, but before that, you can see where the fuel line pops out under the bonnet and where they disappear to the floor area. Zosha came for the ride, looking under there like, I don't know about this car, you know, bruv. I don't know. Cracking on, these brittle ass fuel clips need to be undone. A few of them were rock solid and broke as soon as they were touched. So moving forward, I'd like to find an alternative, because these just ain't it. One of the easy ones. Don't forget, there are a couple of straps holding the lines in awkward areas. Free them up. All that crust. Ha, shabby. Look here, at most of the points where the clips were, the lines were extremely corroded, causing fuel to leak out of them. That ain't good. Just as well, this lot has a prior appointment with a bin. Fit for nothing. But I can't chuck them just yet. You'll see why. As always, guys, if you made it this far, please like, share and subscribe. Click on the bell icon, make sure you get notified when I upload a new one.
So here we have the Coupe Pro nickel pipe. Bit better for corrosion resistance and quite easy to bend, hopefully. So I'll probably end up coating it with some paint as well, just for extra protection against the elements. Let's get it bent up. So what the plan is, get this piece of wood, drill a hole through it that's slightly larger than the diameter of the pipe. Then pull the pipe through it, let's go.
Yeah, I'm not paying for some fancy pants tool when this will do the job. And it cost? Nada. Just got to engage the brain sometimes. See? That worked.
So there you can see it. Not perfectly straight, but nearly. It's going to be under the car anyway, so it doesn't really make that much of a difference, but as close to OEM, the better. I'm happy with that.
Too right. Next, it's time to use a pipe cutter to cut the pipe to length, obviously. Tighten up and rotate. Eventually it'll chop through cleanly, leaving no burrs.
So you can see, this is part of the old fuel line we took off. Many different bends and curves. And we got to try and recreate that. And we're going to use this little contraption. So what you do, put your pipe in there, pull this lever down, and obviously bend it to where you want. You've got varying degrees there, which you can select. I'm just going to try and replicate what we've already got. Let's go. We've got a slight bend there.
This is one of them tasks where taking your time pays off. Measure twice, bend once, I guess. First bend done, and you can see what's ahead of me now. The curves are on different planes, and without the old pipe, it would have been extremely difficult to replicate. Having that reference there ensures fitment will be spot on when it comes time for refit. Patience is key, don't overthink it. I like it. Once I reach the end, I use the pipe cutter again to match the length of the old pipe. What the hell is this? Looks like a torture weapon.
This will allow me to put a flare on the end of the pipe. And we need that because we want the fuel hose not to come off the fuel pipe. The plan is push the pipe through there, clamp it down with these two. This will slot onto the pipe, and then screw this down and it will create a flare. I've never done it before, so let's give it a go.
Diving straight in with this one. Learn by doing. If I mess it up, there's just about enough pipe to make a fresh one. But I ain't looking to do that. Not a chance. Essentially, that spike part squeezes down on the end, causing the end of the pipe to mushroom. Pretty handy if you ask me. So that's the result. Looks mint. And the rest of the pipe's made up. Oh yeah. Next, the sender unit and the float from the fuel tank. Look how dead it looks. Titanic amounts of rust. Disgusting. And remember in a previous episode where the fuel pump spat out its dummy and packed up?
This thing, I'm going to bin it. Got a nice little solution for that. This, I'm going to try and clean up as best as I can, and hopefully we can get this sender unseized and get it working again, because I don't really fancy trying to source one of them. But stay tuned.
Yeah.
Let's just chop that off.
Won't be needing that cable, so let's get it gone.
We ain't going to be needing this anymore.
This, a combination of rust and expired fuel. Don't leave your cars sitting for over a decade, people. The circuit board for the sender is coming off. We're going to spruce that right up. Contact restorer and a plastic brush is all it takes. And a bit of time too. Got it back looking decent enough though. What's in the box? Loads of bits. Warranty, pipe, connector, filter, the pump itself, the damper and the base for it to sit on, and a couple of Jubilee clips.
Oh, big teams of one.
Well-known brand for uprated fuel pumps. Check it out. Time to put it together. There's no instructions, but it's that straightforward, you don't actually need any.
I've cleaned this up a bit. I won't be having any grotty stuff going back in that tank, so that's all sorted. You've got little slots, and I guess that helps it slot into here.
Minor modifications needed. This was to accommodate the new filter, as it's wider than the original. No problem. So the base slides in, and then the pump slides into that. A circular retaining clip prevents it all coming out of the basket. Then the filter snaps into place. That's the complete assembly. Now onto the top hat part.
Check this. This is going to be the replacement top hat.
Not even a Vauxhall part. This is from a VW Golf, Mark III to be precise. Hours of research led me to this, as it was the same diameter. Shout out to Sean on the Calibra group, who did exactly the same thing. Great minds and all that. Big up. I'm removing the old float, as I wanted to keep the original Vauxhall part. You can use it if you want, but I wanted to be extra.
Look, this thing is crumbling as I'm holding it. This can't go back in the car. Look at the state of it.
New and old. Hopefully no more troubles, and no more grit in the fuel tank, which is most likely what killed the pump in the first place. Oh, make sure I hoover up before the missus gets back. Shit.
Luckily, with the new fuel pump, they gave us a new connector to go on top. The connector with the new fuel top hat is this. So easiest way is desolder it, solder in the new one, and then it's plug and play.
This is one job that's pretty basic, but still fun. Yep. And soldering on the level sensor circuit. I did swap these cables out as I wanted to match the original length from the old one. Yep. Extra, I know. Before I continue, I want to test that pump. Let's see Wagwan. Yeah, that works.
Yeah, boy. Yeah, boy.
Inside the tank was cleaned out, and I found the best thing for it was extremely soapy water. Worked a treat. The return hose was also changed for new, using submersible fuel hose so it doesn't perish. Standard hose just won't do. In it goes. And a new piece for the feed as well. All in place. Sender in place. And finally, the pipes attached to the top hat. Sorted. Back in the tank it goes. Collar driven home. And I need to make connections, man. This little lot will eventually get soldered to the car's original harness, allowing a seamless hookup to the tank.
So, the idea with these is you crimp on your cable, feed it through the back of here, and then you've got your nice OEM looking connector. However, this one that I've been supplied, they've given me these pins, which are all the same size. As you can see on here, the two center pins are smaller. So, these ones go in the end ones just fine. But this, I don't expect you to get that in there. Stupid. We're gonna have to come up with something just to get around that. A little workaround, we'll call it.
Brush it aside.
This was a broken cable off the TT. You can have a look at that project in the top right corner. I'm going to remove those two pins from this connector and reuse them in our new connector for the center ones, because they're smaller. First, I need to get a pin extraction tool and remove those.
Repurposing bits from old projects. That's what I'm talking about.
You can pick up a bunch of these little keys, and what these do is allow you to remove the pins out of connectors. There's so many different types. This is the one we need for our connector. Push. Goes in there. Push the cable in slightly. Pull it out.
Because they were previously crimped, I had to solder the wires on. No drama.
And there we have it.
These grommets go on, sealing against the housing.
There we go. You can see it in there. Nice.
The larger parts were crimped and soldered for good measure. And they went in too. Not forgetting the grommets, of course. That'll keep the elements out. That's done and ready. But before that, those new lines have got to go in. Screwing up the old retaining clips.
You can see one fuel line running down. There's the other one. It goes all the way down. See, it ends there. Then joins again there. So we need to make up two bits of hose to go between them two. Same thing down the end into the engine bay, and also here to the tank, which will be here somewhere.
Chop chop. With them in place, the clips can be done up. Repeat that for every join. Yep, it's long, but oh well. check it out. A new fuel filter can be attached. Tight fit, that's how we like it. And then it's secured. Oh, my mate's back. Yeah, don't mind me, mate.
Let's get the wiring sorted.
What's up?
This we need to cut off because we're going to use the VW connector.
Here, I'm soldering up that new connector to the car's wiring. Everything was labelled to ensure that everything works when the time comes. Then covered with this, not electrical tape, self-amalgamating tape. It sticks to itself, giving a watertight, rubberized covering. Good stuff. Light work. I then covered it with some cloth tape to keep it looking factory. Nearly done. We're good to go. And I treated some rust under there as best I could. Incoming. That tank can go all the way up. Well, not quite. Got to plug in the new connector and fasten them hoses down. The straps can go in, holding it up. And then tightened. The jack is no longer needed. Out you come. All the tank vent hoses can be clipped back. Right back where they came from. The filler neck and everything else clamped up. Might change that larger one, as it's on the shorter side. Underneath you could see the path the lines took, from front to back. Back under the bonnet, I removed the steering arm for better access. Old pipes out.
So it's the top part, got that on there prepped to feed through, and then I'll know what to cut off once it sticks out the other side.
And then feed the new one in. Chop underneath, connect, and then clamp. Clips are decent. I got them from my bestie, Chow. Where's he been all this time?
We miss you, Chow!
What?
Repeated that for the other line, and we're done. Phew. Quite a bit of work, but I enjoyed every second of it. I hope you did as well. I'm Wayne. This is Things on Wheels. Bless up.